Hello everyone, Cindy here with Monarch Mom DIY, back for another Christmas gift idea or craft show item. I am calling these Notepad Folios, and these are super fun to make. I'm making them with a couple sheets of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and then one sheet of 12 by 12 patterned cardstock. So you can see there's a Velcro closure here on the flap, a little pocket on the left, and then on the right, another pocket that holds one of these junior sized legal pads that we're going to add a little decorative paper to. Now, I made mine with heavyweight black cardstock, but you of course can make these with any color. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Maybe I should add in the pocket there on the left. So this is the first one I made. Now I'm going to show you how to make this. I am using some 80-pound heavyweight black cardstock from Hobby Lobby. Like I said, for each of those, you're going to use 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11. One of the sheets you're going to leave at 11 inches and cut it down to 5 7/8 inches. And then the second piece, you're going to, again, leave at 11 inches and just cut a 1/2 inch off so that it is 8 inches by 11 inches. So that's all you need for your cardstock. Now, for your patterned paper or cardstock, you're going to, first of all, cut this down to 8 inches. And then we're going to, from that, cut 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 inches by 8 inches. So these are essentially going to cover the front and the back of our Notepad Folios. Then from that little piece that's left, we're going to cut a 1.5 inches by 8 inches piece. That's going to cover our flap. Now with the rest of this 4-inch piece that we cut off, we're going to turn it and we're going to cut a width of 5 1/4 inches and then make that 2.5 inches tall. This is something I added to the instructions that I found to cover that pocket. Then we're going to cut a 1-inch strip by 5 inches. This is just going to add some decoration to the top of our legal notepad. Now coming back to our 2 pieces of cardstock, I'm going to show you how we're going to score these. So the 5 7/8 by 11 piece, on the 5 7/8 side, we are going to score this at 5.5 inches. All the way down almost to that far right side. Then we're going to turn it, and on the left side here, we're going to score it at 2 3/4 inches. This is going to be the flap that we fold up to be the pocket. Now on the 8-inch by 11-inch piece, we are going to score this at 3/8 of an inch, then at 5 7/8, and then 6 1/4 inches. This is going to give us our little spine on the left there and also on the right, and then the far right is the little flap. Then turning it again to the right, on that left side again, we're going to score at 2 3/4 inches. Again, this will be the flap that we fold up to be the pocket. And now we're just going to fold and burnish on all of our score lines. We want to burnish these really well to kind of break up those paper fibers so that our Notepad Folio will be able to open and close with no problem. Now I'm going to put this first one together using the original instructions I found. We're going to cut out this bottom right rectangle here. This is under what will be the flap that folds shut on our folio. And so this is the 2 pieces that we have. Now we're going to take these 2 little sections here. We are going to overlap these. This is going to be the main spine of our folio. So I'm trying to put glue on one of them, line them up next to each other, and then fold them over so that they are perfectly overlapped on top of each other and stuck down with the glue. Glue is a little better to use instead of sticky tape because you do have a few seconds to move it around. And I did need to go all the way down there. So we're overlapping those two small scored sections and just burnish that down really well. And then I'm going to come back because now our spine is 2 cardstock sheets thick. We're just going to burnish those down, make sure that we can still open and close our folio with no problem. Now on this one, I'm going to use sticky tape. This is 1/4 inch on these 2 sections that are scored, and then all the way over here on the left side of this front pocket. So just from the bottom down, we're going to put those pieces of tape down, burnish them really well. Then we will remove the backing and start sticking them down from this middle one and then work out to the other ones. Now, like I said, these were the original instructions that I found. I am going to make a slight modification for you for the last one. So you can see I'm basically sticking that scored section to itself, and this is starting to make our pockets really thick. Okay, so we're going to have to burnish them down really well because now that middle spine, you can see there that bottom section, we're folding 2 sheets of cardstock instead of just 1. I think that makes sense if you're looking at what I'm doing here. And so you can see that because also I'm using heavyweight cardstock, there's some bulk there. So I am going to finish this one this way and then make a slight modification for the third one, and then you can just choose which way you want to make them. All right, so now this right hand pocket is going to be where our junior notepad goes. I'm just showing you how it kind of folds over. And we're going to decorate this in just a second once we make sure our flap is straight on those score lines. Okay, so now that our folio is built, we're going to go ahead and decorate it with that decorative, gorgeous cardstock. Now this is double-sided, but I'm going to go ahead and just use the green floral side for all of my pieces. So our front piece, our back piece, and you can see that we're going to have about a 1/8 border all the way around. And then here's our flap. So I am going to use art glitter glue to put these down. This is my adhesive of choice when working with paper crafting. It doesn't wrinkle the paper, and I feel like you have a few seconds to move things around to make sure you have them centered. You really don't need to use a ton. And so I'm going to put that on the back and then line this up so that I have an even border all the way around my patterned cardstock with that black border. And we'll do the same thing with this piece for the back of our folio and the small strip for the flap. Now, once we have all our back pieces on, I'm going to put this extra little piece on the front of our left side pocket. I was thinking about what you could add in that left pocket if you're going to give this as a gift. Of course, you could write a little note to the person. You could add in a couple of blank cards and envelopes that they could use. But otherwise, that pocket could be used for receipts, for all sorts of things. And then our last little piece here, we're just going to glue right over this little branding strip on the top of our notepad. You can see this particular pack of notepads came from Target. The blue one in the first folio I showed you was from Amazon. And I've even seen these at Dollar Tree. So they're pretty easy to find. And now they're all decorated. And this can slide easily into that pocket. We've got our other pocket over here. And then we just have a couple more things that we need to do. So I have also used magnets, really thin magnets for these folios, but I decided I wanted to go ahead and use Velcro this time. So I have the scratchy and the fuzzy pieces of Velcro already stuck to each other. So I'm just cutting some pieces off of this strip. You can find Velcro at Dollar Tree, at Walmart, hardware stores. And so I'm just going to cut two small pieces, and you can see I am first putting them down on the back side of our flap, kind of right in the middle and towards the top and towards the bottom. You could use three pieces as well if you'd like, but I find this placement works pretty well. Then we'll peel off the other backing sheet so that this other side is now sticky. Then this is where you want to take your time and make sure everything is squared, that your flap is straight and all the way in, and then press down on those pieces of Velcro so that adhesive can stick. Now I want to decorate the cover of my folio a little bit, so I'm going to pull out some of these journal cards that also came in this paper collection. This is called Hello Lovely by Photo Play, but you could literally go to Hobby Lobby and just grab a couple sheets of patterned cardstock that you like to make these folios. I'm going to cut out this card that says enjoy the little things, and there's a lot of space at the top and the bottom, so I'm going to take it from 4 inches down to 3, just trimming a 1/2 inch off the top and the bottom of this journal card. Then taking a solid color of cardstock that also coordinates, I am going to cut a square that is slightly larger at 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. Then using a little bit more of our art glitter glue, I'm just going to attach the journal card onto that solid cardstock, and then putting a little bit more glue, we'll attach our matted little journal card here onto the front of our folio. And now that our Velcro has had time to stick down, I'm going to gently make sure I can release the two Velcro pieces from each other and be able to open that up and just show you inside how everything looks so nice, the notepad and the little pocket there, our Velcro closure. And now we have two of these awesome folios created. These would make really great gifts. Now I want to put one more together. Like I told you, I want to make a couple modifications, and here's what it is. I'm going to cut this little piece out of my left-hand side, and then I'm also going to cut that little bottom piece out of the right-hand side. Now remember, we did cut this rectangle out before. We're going to take it one step further and also do that small little rectangle there as well. So what this is going to do, by me removing these 3 tiny rectangles from the bottom, is we're not going to have that bulk in our pockets and on our spine. So our spines are all going to be just the 1 piece of cardstock thick. This is going to make it a little easier to open and close and make our pockets a little flatter, because now you see it's just the pocket. There's no spine extra piece on either side of the pocket. So this is my modification. You can choose to do yours this way if you'd like. I think that it makes them a little easier to make the pockets. So I'm still going to overlap these 2 pieces that are 3/8 of an inch, putting the glue there and then overlapping them. But now you see there's no extra little piece down there at the bottom that's going to fold up when we fold up our pockets. I think that makes sense. You guys can see what I'm doing. So put the glue there, burnish it down. And then for the pockets, you're just going to run a really thin bead of glue as close as you can to the edge so that your pocket is still going to be able to hold as much as possible. I like to just press gently and then just keep going back and forth, rubbing it back and forth, and then get your burnishing tool and get your pocket glued down. We're going to do the exact same thing with this other pocket that's going to hold our notepad. So I think you can see without that extra bulk on the spine, it's a lot easier to make those pockets. I'm going to decorate this one up and come right back. All right, so this time with my pattern paper, it is 2-sided. I decided to use both sides of the paper just for a little variety, just to show you a different way. So we had the pink flowers on the one side and then the really cute stripes in the matching colors. So on the back side and on the flap, I used the stripe side of the paper. I'm going to come back in now with the Velcro again, just show you this again, kind of where I'm placing it. The sticky side down for, I believe I did the scratchy part of the Velcro attached to the flap, and then the softer side on the bigger front cover of the folio. But this Velcro, like I said, you can find it at some hardware stores, Walmart, sometimes at Dollar Tree, in the automotive type of aisle at Dollar Tree. Again, square that up, make sure your flap is all the way flush against the rest of it, so it's nice and square, and then press those down. All right, so I was able to make 3 of these in just a short amount of time today. I can't wait to make more. I am going to be selling those in my craft show. Let me know what you guys think as far as pricing. Should I include a pen? Should I include maybe a couple blank cards in that left-hand pocket? I will definitely have one open so they can see what it is, but the rest I will have packaged up in like a clear cellophane envelope. So let me know what you guys think of these. Again, they're pretty easy to make. And let me know what you think a good price would be for my craft show. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos where I'm sharing some quick and easy gift ideas for you, not just for Christmas, but could be used for any time of year and for craft shows. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.